All right, this is the second part of kind of the course overview video or a screencast. I promise not too much more left to cover. Again, like I just wrapped up saying in the first part, each of the modules, which we will cover, they'll be bi-weekly. One will be posted on Monday and then another one on Thursday each week. It'll be a one-stop shop with everything inside the module. And each module is set up very similarly. Each module will start with, are you on track? It will list all your assignments and tasks for the week. Or sorry, not for the week, but for the module. Usually it's a week during a typical semester, but during the summer is for that half week. So each module during the summer is a half week. So it tells you everything you need to get completed and it tells you the due date. So the first module, you'll notice it's due by June 9th. And remember, that gives you all day from midnight of the beginning of that day to midnight at the end of that day. And then when you click here, the first thing you'll see when you click is the screencast that you've been watching here to learn about the course. The next thing will be an article. And you won't always have an article, but sometimes you will. And it should pop up there right in your browser. Um, every week we will have Are You on Track? We will not have a course video every single week on course navigation. So we won't always have that video. But every week we will have some kind of PowerPoint presentation. So if you click here, you'll see the presentation in a few different formats. So you can decide which format you want to view it in or listen to it in. Then when there's typically some kind of activity or quiz, and this is just to make sure I know what you're taking away from, the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation. Then the first week, you'll be posting to the discussion board, and you'll be posting to the introduction forum. Now, a lot of weeks you won't post to the discussion board. Sometimes you will. But in this case, you will post to the discussion board. A lot of weeks you're going to be posting to the research review wiki that is yours. So again, instead of a discussion board thing, it'll say research review wiki, and then you'll click to launch it and it will go there. But just to use the discussion board as an example, it'll take you to the introduction forum and you can click in there and post your introduction of yourself. And don't forget to post a picture because that's one of the requirements, but just tell about yourself based on my directions there. So basically, I give you some directions of some questions to answer, 10 different things, including your name and just basics about you for your posting. You'll notice some other forums there. One is if you're trying to find some group members to work with and you haven't been able to locate any through email or posting to their introduction up here, then you can actually make a post saying, I need a group member or members there, or I'd like to work in a group. Here is when we're going to post our mini application projects. That's where we'll post them for others to review. And then one of the last things we'll do in the discussion forum is to identify whose research paper we're going to review. So everybody will review a peer's research paper, and we want everybody to get feedback. So I'll ask everyone to post whose paper they're going to review to make sure we have whole class coverage there. Okay, so I was going through the learning modules, and that's how we ended up in the discussion forum. So again, I have half of the semester's learning modules posted here. So I have 7 learning modules. You'll have 7 or 8 more up there to finish out the semester. But each learning module, like I said, will have the same format with the beginning, are you on track? Usually some kind of content presentation, a quiz or an activity, some kind of posting on a research review wiki or discussion forum. Then there's oftentimes some other assignment, like in this case, it's the city training for human subject protection. And then you wrap up with another checklist. It's shorter, just bare bones of what did you need to complete for this module. And it pops up as a Word document. So as you can see here, this one is due June 9th for Module 1, and it gives you just real short what you should have completed. So going back here, our next thing after the learning modules are activities and assignments. So all of these can be accessed through learning modules, but these are some of the bigger assignments that are embedded in the learning modules, like the human subjects, you know, protection module that you have to do the city training, and the literature review scavenger hunt, and the overview research activity, an outline for your mini project itself, and then your final paper. All of these are embedded and you can reach them through the learning modules. So you don't have to go here and worry about accessing them here. When you go to them, it'll take you through the learning modules right to these assignments. But these are just here in case you want to find out in advance, oh, what is it that I'm doing in this city training? It also has step-by-step directions on how to, get into the training module. This is a Word document, those directions. This is the actual scavenger hunt that you'll fill in. This is, again, the Word document that you'll fill in information for on the articles that you're finding. And this just gives you the prompts for your outline. You'd have to cut and paste them into a Word document. But again, valuable information. It is accessible through the appropriate learning module where it's assigned. But again, if you want to go ahead and take a look at it, you can under activities and assignments. The next thing is really important. These are your research review wikis. And all of you, unless you're registering late, should see your name already with where it says, research review wiki. So everybody should have their own. If you decide to work with someone, all you have to do is email me and copy all the group members and tell me that's what you intend to do, and I'll set you up with a group wiki and delete your individual wikis. Now I set up a test one here just so you can see how easy it is to use. So in the test, I am going to type in a name of something. I'm going to say introduction. Okay, so if I wanted to, in this wiki, I could just keep adding to introduction. I could add, let me go back for a second. I could add more content into it. I could write my whole paper just down on the page called introduction, but that could be a little bit confusing. So my recommendation, rather than just having one long wiki page, is to create a page for each section as you go. So that one was introduction. Let's say I'll call this one methods. And so then when I go to put information about methods and somebody goes to read my methods section, they don't have to sort through the one, long page I have, but I have almost like tabs, kind of like a table of contents here on the right. And so I encourage you as the author of your wiki to write directly on the wiki pages. Now it's really up to you as a commenter on others. You can click the comment function and type a comment. I put I like this, and I can add that. And you'll see the comment comes up that there's one, and then when I click on it, it shares it. So you as a commenter during peer reviews can use the commenting function, or if you put content directly on somebody else's wiki page, I would suggest using a different color just so they can see it. And because I'll be looking for it too, I can see it and it stands out to us. Okay, so wikis are very, very easy to use. And I'll have a little information again, a little refresher when you start posting on your wiki on how to use it. Okay, and that'll probably come in the form of an announcement. Okay, after research review wikis, this is just another way to get through to the discussion board. So I had shown you learning modules. You can get to the discussion board if there's a discussion assignment, but you can also just click on the discussion board and go right to it, which sometimes is a little bit easier. Okay, and it has the forums, which we already discussed. The other things you have here are tools, and it has a lot of different tools. I use mostly the announcements to post announcements for you all. I'll also email those announcements. But if you want to check your grades, if you want to send email to myself or other folks, you can jump to the discussion board. You could go to your wikis. So you can do a lot from this page, but those are the main things we use. If you want to meet with me, remember I had said before that you don't need to come to my office in person. You can actually click on Blackboard Collaborate. And if you tell me you want to meet, I will set up a room in Blackboard Collaborate. And then you can join me in that room. You'll be able to see me, hear me. We can chat back and forth typing, or we can talk aloud. And so up here, you'll see just a generic room. When we set up a meeting, you don't go to that room. I'll actually schedule a session up here, and it will appear down here. And you'll click on it to go into that room to meet with me. Now, when you do that, the first time you do it, you do have to spend a little bit of time, probably about 15 minutes. It'll prompt you through how to set up Collaborate, and it's usually adjusting your Java um, on your computer. So just make sure if you're going to meet with me via Blackboard Collaborate, you take a few minutes, maybe the day before, and set that up on your computer. In the way it should be configured. And like I said, it will lead you through it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So again, Collaborate is just another way for us to meet without having to physically meet in person if that is your preference. I'm happy to meet with you in person. The rest of these tools, I don't have my grades. If you notice, if I click on it, it will tell you I don't have grades as part of my role in this class, but you should see your grades when you click on this tab. You'll see ways to email your peers and myself here, just another route. You can do it through the tools section, but you can um, click email here and email people. And I skipped one here, groups, because usually people don't use the groups function. We can set you up with a group to collaborate, a space to collaborate for your research group if you have one in Blackboard, but a lot of times people just prefer to use Google Docs. So it's really up to you. If you want to have a group set up, I'm happy to do that for you. Down here are just some resources, Blackboard helps and tutorials. Again, this is another way to get to that FAQ blog we talked about before. So you'll notice within the site there's several ways to get to some key resources. And the last thing here that the librarian has put in here, Ann Driscoll, and there she is. She's our educational librarian. She's very helpful. Just some resources she's inserted into the course for us. So those are the nuts and bolts of the course. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call or email me, and I'll be happy to talk about something more at length. Okay, good luck with your first module. And again, I usually quickly click on the second module just so you can kind of see. It's a very similar format. So when you go into module 2, midweek of this very first week, because we move fast during the summer, you'll see the assignments are due June 13th, which are the following Monday. And it'll have several different things due, like the scavenger hunt, as well as a city module. And it has everything else you'll need to do in this advanced organizer. And then again, on the left-hand side, you'll see the presentation and the other assignments. And in this one, you don't have discussion board. You have a research review wiki posting. Okay. So typically, I do post some kind of screencast every week or so, but this will be the only one probably until Monday the 13th. All right. Look forward to working with you.